Hey gang, Will here from the Ashland Fly Shop, coming at you with a Rogue River update for getting close to the end of July. So let's hop right into it. Late July, Rogue River 2024. Very typical kind of setup where we're at. We'd like to be hearing a little bit more about Steelhead in the net. But it seems like it's been a little bit of a slow start. A couple of our guides have run into a couple of fish, but usually we hear a little bit more about, you know, some decent catches from our customers out there, like kind of consistent, like there'll be a little flurry of catches that sort of leads us to believe that a group of fish have kind of come in and spread out a little bit. That's what we see a lot this time of year, and I can't say that we've really heard too much of that yet. But again, early season, it's always hard to say, you know, how many fish are up. We do see about 100 fish, or a few more probably at this point, to the hatchery, and you can just kind of do the math to reflect how many wild fish or hatchery fish are still in that upper stretch of the river. Again, upper stretch of the river, we're talking about from the hatchery dam down through about the town of Rogue River is kind of the area that we concentrate on. So, but we're pumped, we're excited. We love to get out and look for fish this time of year. You can run into some really nice bright fish. It's hot. It's late July in the Rogue Valley. It's hot as and so we really just like to get out in the mornings, just for a few hours. Our guide trips right now, we're running as early as we can get out with clients till about noon or 1 or 2 if we can go a little longer. But once that sun really comes up and it's super bright out and it gets warm and uncomfortable, then we're just calling it. And if you're going on your own, I would really even abbreviate that even more to just be the first few hours, maybe like by 10 o'clock or something, call it. Still have a chance to get a fish because water temperatures are nice in that upper river area that I mentioned, but you do want to kind of call it on the early end. Flows are great. You know, very typical. I think we're looking at like 1,300 out of the dam, something like that, probably around the Dodge Bridge area, somewhere in that neighborhood. So flows are great for wading, flows are great for floating. It's a good time to get out and look for an early fish, absolutely. Great time of year to fish traditional type flies in floating situation or slightly sinking with Scandi lines if you're swinging flies. So it's a bunch of different hair wing patterns that we like. We really love the euphoria patterns, the muddled euphoria or standard euphorias. Just phenomenal, more classic style flies. I would take a good look at that. All the classics, greenbutt Hiltons, you know, on and on. Happy to make suggestions. If you're a sink tip guy like I am, I like to use intermediate or very light sinking tips off my Skagit heads. And I'm using smaller intruder patterns like mini intruders. Mini signature intruders are probably a real standard for me. I like black and blue. I like the green butt. They just find fish. So they're excellent. And any of our trout spay patterns are great. Size 6 or 4 hook, really good. Mattioli's series is fantastic. Yeah, no need to reinvent the wheel there at all. So those are some good ones to look at. They're streaming in the door now. So I'm going to wrap this up and love to hear from you. Thank you.